Animals presents
10 animals you're glad are extinct. It goes without saying that it's a terrible thing when an entire species goes extinct. No matter what animal species dies out, it's going to have some impact on the environment they've inhabited and, as a whole, will have an impact on the entire world. That being said, however, there are certain animals you'll be glad to know are extinct. Some for obvious reasons. Some of these you probably know about, but there may be a few that surprise you. 10. Megalodon. Sharks are pretty scary things alone, but how about a shark that's as big as 60 feet in length? The megalodon, which translated from Greek means big tooth, is an extinct species of giant shark that lived approximately 28 to 1.5 million years ago. Thanks to its incredible length, as we mentioned, of up to 60 feet, it's considered one of the largest and most powerful predators that ever lived on the Earth. Distributed worldwide, Megalodon looked like a much larger and terrifying version of the modern great white shark. Now, think about this. Who truly knows if this beast is actually extinct? I mean, we as a species have only explored about 5% of the Earth's water. So who's to say the Megalodon isn't lurking somewhere in the other 95%? 9. Ferocirapsid. The ferocirapsid, also colloquially known as terror birds, are prehistoric creatures that are an extinct genus of large carnivorous birds that were the largest species of apex predators that could be found in South America during the Cenozoic era, 62 million years ago. These creatures are the largest flightless predatory bird to have ever lived on the Earth, as they would usually average around 10 feet in height and would weigh up to half a ton, which makes it even more impressive when you consider that these creatures could supposedly run as fast as a cheetah. 8.
Don't worry.
Purosaurus. So what's worse than giant sharks? How about giant crocodiles? The Purosaurus is an extinct genus of giant caiman that lived in South America during the Miocene epoch 8 million years ago. These beasts were known to exist from the skull material that has been found in the Brazilian, Colombian, and Peruvian Amazonia and northern Venezuela. It's been estimated by researchers that the creatures may have measured somewhere from 36 feet to 43 feet in length, which means that Purosaurus is one of the largest crocodilians known to have ever existed. Yeah, that's pretty scary to think. Purosaur teeth are subcircular at their bases, but somewhat flattened at the crown, and those of P. neovensis have been described as curving backwards and slightly inwards. With all these features taken into account, it all suggests that the Purosaurs were predators of vertebrates, perhaps grabbing large mammals and also eating turtles, smaller crocodiles, fish, and other prey. 7. Pulmonoscorpius. So scorpions are pretty bad as they are, right? Sure, they're small, but they're known to be deadly creatures thanks to their venomous stingers. Well, imagine your standard-looking scorpion, and now imagine that scorpion if it was 3 feet long. Translated to breathing scorpion, Pulmonoscorpius is a giant species of extinct scorpion that lived during the Vaishon epoch, which was approximately between 345 to 330 million years ago. Based on fossils that were found in Scotland, it's believed that this species grew up to be around 30 inches long. It was a terrestrial creature that probably fed on small arthropods and tetrapods. Odds are, if these creatures were still around, they would attack humans if given the chance. 6. Anomalocaris. So, who likes seafood? If so, do you like shrimp? Well, good, because this shrimp would probably enjoy you, too. Native to all Cambrian seas, Anomalocaris, which translated means abnormal shrimp, was a genus of marine animals closely related to ancestral arthropods. Research suggests that these creatures were predators that would feed off hard-bodied sea creatures, including trilobites. These creatures were notable especially for their unique eyes that were equipped with 30,000 lenses, believed by researchers to be the most advanced eyes of any species of its time. 5. Titanoboa. Okay, so far we've had giant sharks, giant crocodiles, and giant shrimp. So now how about a giant freaking snake? Anyone out there who's scared of the film Anaconda may want to skip this one, because the Titanoboa is the largest snake that ever existed. This species of snake was known to grow over 40 feet long and could weigh up to 2,500 pounds. To put things in perspective, it's almost as heavy as a Mini Cooper, which, fair enough, is small, but is still a hefty vehicle. Titanoboa appeared not long after the dinosaurs went extinct and pretty much picked up from where the dinosaurs left off by being one of nature's most dangerous predators. Rather than using venom to kill its victims, its main method of attack was constriction, as the Titanoboa could apply as much as 400 pounds of pressure per inch to its victim. That is insane. 4. Giant-shelled squid. Camarasaurus, or otherwise commonly known as the giant-shelled squid, lived during the Ordovician period, 470 to 460 million years ago. Camarasaurus was a giant ancient ancestor of modern squids and octopi. Probably the most distinctive feature of the giant-shelled squid was the enormous cone-like shell for which it got its nickname, as well as its abnormally stubby tentacles it used to catch its prey. The estimates regarding the size of the shell vary greatly from 20 to 40 feet. 3. Androsarchus. At first, you may think these creatures are some form of dire wolf or just canines in general, while surprisingly, the Androsarchus is actually closely related to sheep. Living during the Eocene epoch, some 45 to 36 million years ago, Androsarchus was a giant carnivorous mammal. Based on skulls and several bones that archaeologists have found, paleontologists suggest the predator might have weighed up to 4,000 pounds, which would possibly make it the largest land-dwelling mammal predator ever. That alone dwarfs the previously mentioned Titanoboa by more than double its weight. 2. Megapiranha. So yeah, this list has mainly consisted of animals we have now, but just freakishly larger, and this one is no exception. Modern piranhas are scary enough, and it's common knowledge that if you decide to swim in an area that these creatures inhabit, you'll end up quickly becoming fish chow. That being said, however, not many people have actually died due to these little carnivores. Most people either escape with a few small cuts or a few missing toes. So yeah, piranhas are dangerous little things, but how would you like to swim with something that's just as dangerous, but a hell of a lot bigger? Well, that's where the mega piranha comes in. The mega piranha, which, by the way, is an incredibly lazy name, lived somewhere between 8 to 10 million years ago in the rivers of South America. They grew up to be a meter in length, 4 times that of the cow skeletonizers of today. So not only were these creatures big, but their bite was something incredibly impressive, as they were capable of biting with a force-to-body weight ratio unmatched by even the mightiest dinosaur. Whereas modern-day piranhas peak at a bite force of 70 pounds, a mega piranha is estimated to have bitten with a force of 1,000 pounds. To further illustrate how insane that is, a T-Rex could deliver a bite force of just over 3,000 pounds, roughly 3 times that of a mega piranha. Doesn't sound too impressive anymore, does it? Well, how about when you consider that a T-Rex weighed around 7 tons and a mega piranha only weighed a mere 20 pounds? Yeah, we thought so. 1. Megalania. Australia is known for having some pretty scary creatures, but did you know that they also had giant man-eating lizards as well? Well, the Megalania prissa is a now extinct creature that continues to haunt the Australian deserts long after their extinction. Many sources have claimed to have seen the giant lizard roaming the deserts of Australia. However, there has been no solid evidence of them being alive and well today. This is one myth in which we know the creature existed for sure, but we're not sure if it still exists today.
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more elite facts.